Alright, so once again we're going to go to the same directory that Guitar Hero 3 is put in. So, Program Files, Aspire, and Data. Just say Data, that's good enough, it'll figure out it for itself. It's a smart program. Now it's interesting to note what the command program actually does. You'll notice that it said checking codes and all the song lists in it. Once again, you actually notice, for example, Anarchy in the UK, Welcome to the Jungle, and even YYZ, for example, and my two custom songs. Alright, what we're going to be doing is importing a new song. Now, I'm just going to import the same thing over, but I'll rename it just for this purpose. When you say Insert New Song, this is the window that comes up. Now, your song name, understand that it will not have any capitalization for some reason. I don't even know, I don't even care. So I'll just say Welcome Live Demo. And this name that you'll see right here will be what eventually you see on this list. Now you'll notice a couple of things here: the guitar track, the rhythm track, song track, preview position, song offset, the MIDI file, song title, artist, year, and volume percentage. Now, this is a very enlightening part because it explains to you how Guitar Hero actually works. If you miss a note, for example, on the guitar part, that's why the guitar part seems to all of a sudden disappear and everything else keeps playing. At the same time, if you have the bass part, which is the rhythm track, by the way, if you miss a note there, then the other parts, guitar track and the song track, still play, but you don't hear the bass anymore. But if you're on expert and are a guitar god, unlike me, and you play everything perfectly, 100%, then it sounds as though that you played the file. The guitar track is for the guitar, the rhythm track is for the bass, and the song track is for the drums and the vocalist. Now, because we don't actually have the guitar tracks and the bass tracks and the separate sound tracks, because this is a live file, we're just going to have to import the same thing over and over again. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you can help it, like for example when you're importing official Guitar Hero 2 or 1 songs, you want to be as official as possible. Now, it's also important to note that if you have your volume at 100% and you play all this together, your music out of your speakers will play at 3 times the volume. So for sound and ear quality's sake, I'm going to put it down to 70%. You can keep it at 100% if you want when you actually do this. Now, the preview position I've never used. I don't even know what it does, so don't even worry about that. Song offset is what you use if it's out of sync. If the first note and the last note don't sync up, or if some of the middle notes don't sync up, then you can actually set this so that the song file or the MIDI file actually goes back or forth in milliseconds, so it can be extraordinarily precise. But for now, because I fine-tuned my custom chart, I'll show you how to do that as well. I don't need any offset. Alright, the MIDI file. This is Welcome to the Jungle Live, except it's a MIDI file. Up here, if you notice, they're all OGG files. Now, it's also interesting to note that you can import MP3 files if you want to. Notice MID and OGG. For the record books, OGG is a different file format that is similar to MP3 and you can play music with it, while MID is actually a music file that is similar to a piano structure. So you can actually create piano stuff with these MIDI files. I'll also explain to you that later. Now for the song title, let's just make it look official a bit and say Welcome to the Jungle. And then for demonstration's sake, I'll just say Live. And now the artist, Guns N' Roses. Year, I don't feel like actually researching it right now, but I'll just say 1996, whatever. Okay. And now it's also interesting to note the complexity of this entire program. It's amazing, really. This now is actually converting it. And I'll explain to you later why it needs to convert it. But it takes a bit of CPU time. It also estimates the time left, ETA for example. And right now it's encoding the guitar part from Welcome to the Jungle Live.ogg. And then it does the same thing for all three of them. It tags them which one is the song file and stuff. And as you see, it's done. It's encrypted, it's written, and it's the FSB. Now if you notice, Welcome to the Live demo has a dat.xen and an fsb.xen. The fsb.xen is the biggest part, if you notice. See, this is 88 bytes, while the FSB is 14.5 megabytes. That's because it has all three tracks, the MIDI file. This DAT file is what will allow you to actually see it. I'll explain right now. Alright, so we actually have this Welcome to the Welcome Live demo, but the problem is that if we were to save this right now, we wouldn't be able to see it in Guitar Hero. So we will have to say edit set lists. Now, this can get a little bit complicated, but don't worry, I'll explain all of this to you in very high detail. If you'll notice, you can see that there's a set list that says GH3 career songs, general alt 2 songs, general alt 2 songs co-op, and bonus songs. Now, officially, the bonus songs end at Through the Fire and Flames at 25 songs. Now, I imported 12 custom songs of my own. The last one being some Christian stuff, and also the Welcome to the Jungle live. Now, if I want to import a new one, I have to actually edit the set list and say, instead of 37 songs, 38. Now, it's also interesting to notice that this was the last custom song that I imported, but when I said 38, it automatically went to Slow Ride, which, if you remember from Guitar Hero 3, is the first song that you actually see. Now, we'll select that. But what we can do is that we can replace it with whatever we want. So, I could even put the official Guitar Hero 3 Welcome to the Jungle as the 38th custom song in the bonus songs section. But for this demonstration, I think you might want to see this Welcome Live demo. Okay, that's great. And if you notice, it hasn't actually done anything because the set list is a very small file size. Alright, now what we will do is we will say save. Now, a bit of a warning, it's best to do this if you haven't completed your career yet, because as soon as you save it, it completely overwrites all of the data that you have ever saved, including any career stuff, any accomplishments, and whatever. So if you're a Nubian like I am, then you don't have anything to worry about. But if you're like the Vesper Queen girl who's like a Guitar Hero god or whatever, you may not want to do this. So, about to overwrite important game files. Are you sure you want to proceed? Duh, we are ready to proceed. Okay.